All that I see.
You get for it, sweater.
You want it?
Okay.
And then you said Thursday, somebody's resigning, somebody wants to hire.
All right, let's rethink that up when you guys are ready.
Begin. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Got it. Oh, if everybody could just remain standing for just a moment, I'd like to have a moment of silence for our former fire chief, Larry Burns, who passed away a couple days ago, and we mourn his loss. His services will be coming up this week. Thank you. Any changes, additions, deletions to the agenda? Number 6, we're removing from the agenda till next time.
Yeah, I got a couple more places to go. I'm working on it.
Okay. All right. We'll begin our meeting minutes from September 8th.
I move to accept the minutes.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Our abstract dated today in the amount of $194,107.47.
So. Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Our fire chief is out of town, but I believe we have a couple of things to discuss.
Go free.
I have 2 things, or actually I have 1 resignation. Jacob Haas, I'm writing to formally resign my full-time paramedic position with Fayetteville Fire and EMS effective the pay period ending 4th of October. This decision was not made lightly, as I have truly appreciated the opportunities for professional and personal growth during my time here. I am committed to ensuring a smooth transition and will do everything I can to wrap up my duties and assist with anything needed. I'd like to stay as a part-time employee if that is something that will work for the department. Sincerely, Jacob Haas.
Boom. Second.
Second.
We need voting to just accept the resignation. Just to accept the resignation, no part-time or.
Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
And the chief also sent me, just received for a part-time firefighter paramedic from Devin Nolan. He would like to bring him on as soon as possible.
Great now.
Yeah.
I'll second.
Okay, Dan, second. All in favor?
Hi.
Okay. The only other, anybody else have anything fire related they have on their mind? We did receive a letter from Senator Ryan's office in regards to the grant application for the fire department roof that the chief was directed. He went to Assemblyman Sturpey and he sent them to the senator, and we've received a letter that says that that it's being moved forward. So it's not that we have received the grant yet, but it is being moved forward in the process. That's all I have. DPW, we have Tyler here today.
Just have a couple of updates tonight, not much. Chapel and Walnut Street. Suco scheduled to come in next Wednesday and micro surface those and complete them. It's been a little while. We finished brush grinding last Tuesday, took a couple days, Clifton came in. So our reservoir's ready to go again for the next season. And just leaf season preparation. We're just asking people to keep large leaf piles free of brush off the roadways, especially on days like today when it's raining and catch basins are flowing. And just a reminder that November's dedicated to leaf collection. All of the pickups will be absent that month. So that's pretty much all I have.
Hey, what's that? What's the bill for the brush? Grinding in there? Okay. I didn't remember seeing it.
Not yet.
Oh, it's not yet, no, okay. All right, I'm sorry.
No, you're.
I could, cause I see it surprised me.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have a street tree that drops leaves now. That means we're not gonna get picked up till November, or can they pick them up?
No, they'll be picked up before them.
Okay.
It just means that if you choose to garden your rose bed in November, that won't get picked up until
Right.
December.
That I get.
You can. Kind of mix it for the rest of September, just once October and November hit, I'd separate them.
Is October's not a leaf only month, is it? No, okay.
No, but if the reason to separate your leaves from the brush
yeah,
is
yeah.
because of the
Yeah,
sucker.
yeah.
Any other-
It's great.
I can't.
I apologize. I just, I'm not quite clear on exactly when you're supposed to be separating brush versus leaves and when you're not. Could you please?
During the leaf season itself, you're not supposed to put leaves and brush together. They want the leaves separated so that when they come by with the machine that sucks up the leaves, that they are not sucking up pieces of wood or branches or brush or something else. They only want to be sucking up leaves when they're using the leaf sucking machine.
That makes sense, but that's during the month of November that applies. Not-
During the month of November, but the DPW superintendent just asked if people know about it, to please do it during the month of October and November, because as the leaves start to fall, they will be collecting the leaves with the leaf picker upper, the sucker machine. Just because November is dedicated exclusively to that doesn't mean that the machine won't be used ahead of that time based upon the amount of leaves that come down because of the natural cycle of the trees.
It's beautiful, and I appreciate that, and I for one will cooperate with that to the best of my ability. I've got leaves coming down already from one tree. But so I think that probably at least during November, it's better to not even have any brush.
They don't pick up brush or any other debris during
Oh, don't
November
have it.
except
Don't
for
have it.
leaves. Yeah.
Kind of be better idea, right?
Correct. Hey, Kirk, did you?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Hybrid Street, a do not block driveway sign. So I was talking to some different people in regards to the car wash that's been developed on that corner. And some of the people that I've talked to had concerns about people coming Hybrid Street towards East Genesee Street, perhaps blocking the entrance into the car wash as a driveway entrance. And cars then having a problem coming west on Genesee Street and turning onto High Bridge and not being able to turn into the car wash if that's what their plan was, if that driveway is blocked. So I don't know what we have to do, Tyler, if we have to go to the county because it's a county road to ask permission for that, but we'd at least have to go to ask permission from the county for the location of the sign, I believe, because that's what I remember you talking to me about on Salt Springs. But I just wanted to see if the board was okay pursuing that with the county, just to put up a sign, do not block driveway because of that. That was the reasoning behind the idea of it.
The farthest one south, right? Not both of them.
There's only one driveway onto High Bridge from the car wash.
There's
You
one-
go in and
One
out,
in and one out.
but yeah, the do not block driveway sign would be on the south side of the driveway, because if it was on the north side, it wouldn't affect the
No, right.
driveway. There's only one driveway though for coming out along with one.
Oh, that's the one
same-
they're
The
complaining
same
about.
driveway.
They're complaining about that one.
They're not complaining.
There's
They
two.
asked-
And in and out.
It's one driveway though. It's one road cut on High Bridge Street.
Yeah.
You come out the same place that you go in.
Oh, okay.
It's just 3 different lanes or whatever, 2 lanes maybe there. I don't
Well, there's
remember.
2 lanes.
Well, it's at least 2, but it might be 3. I don't remember.
I don't remember any additional requirements that was put together by the planning board or anything else for that. I'm not sure.
Right. I don't know if the planning board thought of that idea or not.
Well,
Or they might
yeah,
have.
they were
That
told-
was part of that. That was-
They were asked to make them put an extra lane in.
No.
Right,
No.
it's not the lanes, it's not the lane.
They
It's
never went
about
anywhere.
just blocking the driveway. So we can review the plans if you want. me
No,
to.
this, they wouldn't have,
Well, to signage on the
On
main
the
road,
street.
on the public road.
Just in
That would
the-
Be something separate.
Just in the site itself.
So I would like us to consider a temporary placement. There are a lot of businesses. Why do I want to do that? I want us to try to pull back a little bit on how much signage we have up. And this is a new facility. It's a new minor adjustment in our traffic pattern. And I understand that maybe in the initial phases of this facility, people are not cognizant of the driveway. They're not like paying attention to it. But I would hope a temporary sign could remind them, and then after a month or two, we take it down and see if that's good enough. So that it's not that's all. If we can avoid a permanent sign and still achieve the same thing, I think that would be awesome.
I would just add one thing. There's nothing Chief Casella likes more than helping us figure out our problems, and I would just suggest we also talk with them. So they may have some insight that we don't have about how to handle the new development, and they may be able to do something on their end. And they ask
Who's
all the
they
time, Chief of Police,
Oh,
Jason Casella. They ask all the time to be of use to the village and when for us to let us.
So as far as I know, and I will check with the chief, it's not against the law to block a driveway when you're driving down the street and you come to a red light. I don't believe there's any law, but I will check with him about blocking a driveway. There is about blocking streets, I
Oh,
believe, because you
okay.
have the signs on Burdick Street, you're gonna see about not blocking the intersection and
Yeah.
things like that.
yeah.
So that I'm not sure of, but so at least do I get the consensus that we're interested in looking at it a little further and getting more information about it at this
Yeah.
point in time? Is that okay?
That's
To say it that way? Or-
Okay, putting up
No, I understand what you're
Right.
saying, you know, what I mean,
It's courtesy.
a courtesy sign. Yeah, and then can we put up never mind.
Don't do it.
you know, the times are right now, it doesn't appear to be too much of a problem. I mean, maybe the initial few days were a problem or something. I don't see a problem with traffic around the car wash
It's actually
currently.
been pretty, I think
Right.
the turning
Right.
has been the place, if the red light's red and somebody wants to get out, and they're already staffed, you know, it just, people just didn't figure it out.
So, the other reason about not putting up a permanent do not block the driveway sign is because anybody could ask for it after that. I get my driveway blocked, honest to God, almost daily. So my point is, I'm not inclined to ask for a sign, but to put up a permanent sign, I'd like us to be very thoughtful about why. Is it really
And I
necessary?
can appreciate that, but there's also a reason in that location as opposed to a different location. If somebody did ask us, we'd have to look at them each as
No, you make-
individual things, so we will. I just wanted to talk about it so we can look at it a little bit further. Do you have a comment?
Is that open the door for another business to request no parking sign in front of their?
I mean, anybody can request anything of the village, so no blocking a driveway.
Right.
Excuse me, Mayor, I don't think that the business did not request.
This was
This
brought to
not
me by
business.
residents, not by the business itself.
Okay, I just was.
And this was,
Get out there.
and this was brought to me be out of concern for a time when the car wash might be more utilized. So let's think about that first nice day in winter time, that the weather gets warm and everybody wants to go wash their car. I mean, I'm just, yes.
Yeah.
Huh?
You're gonna.
I would ask for one for safety
If
reasons.
you're gonna
but my
open up that
business-
there for safety, then I have.
Well,
safety
we
issues.
were looking at it from the standpoint of traffic issues, so
Yeah.
if you're,
Okay,
My
same
business,
thing.
same thing. For safety issues, at my business, I would ask for one too.
He's talking state, right?
now you're talking a state road. Well, we'll look at it. Well, we're gonna investigate this, so we'll see.
But to be a part of that and know what comes of that and how we could possibly, or no, we can't.
I think some of these temporary signage, usually it's the speeding sign that's temporary. I think I don't know how the businesses feel, but as a driver, I think they're very, very good.
I love it.
I witnessed the drivers slowing down. Now, am I paying that close attention a month later when the sign's not there, and our drivers, eventually the speed goes back up, but I don't know. I think further investigating the effectiveness of some temporary signs.
And I also want to check with the police, like, trustee Gately said too, or whatever, to see what the application is. Okay.
Speed signs is very effective for us.
547 East Genesee Street, Ted, do you want to just, I mean, we don't have much to say, except there's been a decision and.
Yeah, previously, some time ago, the village planning board approved a development for the property at 547 East Genesee. The planning board's decision was challenged in court. That challenge has gone through the local New York State Supreme Court. It's gone to the regional appellate division. And in both instances, those decisions were favorable for the village. The petitioner has requested that the highest court in the state, the New York State Court of Appeals, entertain reviewing those decisions. That court recently issued a letter declining to accept the case for review. So we believe at this point, the legal process has run its course and the village's approval stands in place.
I got one comment I would like to make on that. I would like somehow to figure out how much money that cost us for the taxpayers of the village of Badville.
We'll try to figure that out.
Do we have any indication that this is still a project that the developer is interested in? So it's been a couple of years now. I'm just curious about what the next steps are.
I've made some phone calls. I haven't gotten an answer to that question. When I know something, you will know something.
And nothing else has to go before the planning board at this point. They could just go forward.
To the best of my knowledge.
Yeah,
I would answer
And I
that
was, I
question.
think applications, when they get challenged, I think so planning board there is a time frame by which an applicant has to act on a final approved plan, right? If they receive an approved plan that's final, the final approval, and they don't act on it within, I think it's a year. They take no action. They don't put a shovel in the ground. They don't do anything for a year. Then that approval could be just, null and void. They have to start over again. Could be, right? It's
Like on North Burdick Street. You have that.
yeah, I think it
That
happened.
was a different whole thing on
It
North
went- well,
Burdick
the-
Street.
There was a planning board approval issue.
That one's very complicated. There were several different,
Other additional steps in it.
right.
So it changed.
Zone change.
Yeah, but before even the zone change, I think that there was an initial concept plan that they never acted on. They came back with another concept plan. And I mean, we always entertain them. We just wanted, the whole point for that 1 month, 1 year kind of time frame is just to make sure people are moving forward with what they said they were gonna do.
Yep.
In the instance of an application being challenged, I think that time frame freezes. Like, I don't think the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
So
Right, because they can't.
they can't
Can't
do
do
anything,
it or
right?
whatever.
So I
Right.
think from that perspective, I would guess the clock is just now beginning to tick. So they have some time to decide what their next steps are.
Burdick Street, though, that was us, right?
Yeah, that's still pending.
That was us.
Yeah,
Planning, that ain't gone to the planning board, has it?
It
it had been reviewed at some level by the planning board, but it was the
No proposal.
village board of trustees.
Yeah, that
Was
was
that
us.
approved?
Yeah, and that's currently under challenge.
I don't,
Locally.
it's too far back, but
Yeah.
there was, you worked hard on some concept plans, and I think in like the 11th hour they pulled, and they didn't want to go to the final,
Okay,
so.
okay. Trustee update. Sir Casey.
I wanted to report out a little bit on the police committee, and I'll report out again next time, but a couple of things, and it relates to the personnel. Chief Caselio is very proud and excited. Lori, I have this for you, sorry. To report that Lieutenant Greg Snyder is attending a 10-week course at the FBI National Academy in Quantico. It is a very competitive process to be accepted into that program with over 200 candidates from across the US and 5 other countries. The last time the department sent an officer was in 2003, and it was Chief Casellia. So he was able to speak to what a huge impact it had made it on him as a professional and in terms of what he was able to bring back to the department. And at one time, 3 out of 4 of our commanders had been through the FBI Academy. And Lieutenant Snyder will be pursuing courses during that 10-week course, where he will be directly looking at things that he can bring back home that are sort of best practices or great opportunities for excellence. And then there were 2 promotions for Sergeant Badger and Sergeant Spinelli, and those have been very successful. They too are pursuing training through the FBI Law Enforcement Development Association's leadership training. And they will also be receiving additional supervision training. And both of these projects to help develop the staff of the police department are part of thinking through succession planning and making sure the department has the people it needs moving into the future. And then there was just one thing that the chief also asked us to keep in mind. And as he's closing out the 2025 budget and preparing his 2026 budget, he just wanted the villages to keep in mind that they know generally what we do, and so they can plan for that. But if we expand to any other additional large types of events or gatherings, that we consider the potential budgetary impacts on the department. And on the other hand, he also wants us to consider always having the police there, given what is happening all around our country. And then last time I had talked about the walking tours for Gage, and I had mentioned the Saturday was one. That's been canceled. Unfortunately, one of the 2 staff people has had to take a medical leave and is not going to be able to do that. And then I don't believe I've reported out, since we approved the scope of work of the Syracuse Metropolitan Transportation Council's project, New York State Route 5 corridor. And Jane and I had met with them. And this has been approved. We're not expecting any kind of huge findings or changes, but the data will be useful because the data that was used in the 2018 study was from 2016. So we'll have really good updated data. That will be another good point in time for us to understand what's happening to us with developments from the north, south, east, and west, and options that we could consider. They're going to do a little bit more on truck traffic, and they will be providing us with the traffic calming toolkit, not one that they would be making recommendations on, but they will be making us aware of what our options are. And they have up to a year in which to do the study. So it's great knowing that it's happening. And Tree Commission, I'm too busy to write a report. It's a lot going on right now in trees. It's been great to be able to coordinate with Tyler because it is a major coordination issue between residents, Tree Commission, and DPW, where we've selected 25 sites for trees. We will find out if those folks want them, because we're also asking that everyone who takes a tree from now on take responsibility for watering them for 3 years. So the DPW is providing gator bags that go around trees, and then there's a slower absorption of water and staking. So we're putting a little bit extra into it. We would like homeowners to also do that. So we'll see how that goes with everybody. And then we do not have a date yet because it's out of our control, but we will be a community-wide tree planting for those 25 trees. So we solicited a few volunteers to help with that at the Fayetteville Festival this weekend, and we'll be looking for more volunteers. That about does it.
I'll speak about 2 things quickly. The Fayetteville Festival was just past Saturday. I want to personally thank Karen for all the work that she did in order to make that well. And I know you were at NICOM during most of that week, last week also, so you had everything well in handle way before this even got into the process. And so thank you very much. I know I worked with you on a bunch of it and it was really nice to see. Thank you once again. And as I told you, the fireworks were spectacular, by the way. I also want to say thank you to the other trustees who are all there. Talking with folks. Casey was working at her table with the tree commission. Jane was working with the parks and Danny was working throughout. And because there was all sort oh, you were there. Don't give me a break. You're a scene. You know that too. And the other thing I want to talk about is on October 2nd, I'll be doing a workshop at the Fayetteville Free Library on Let's Talk Trash. And Tyler's been invited to come and talk with us at the same time, because we'll be talking about what we do and how we reduce our trash stream in the village. And other ways to reduce the trash stream, which are not just village processes, but other processes. So that we can actually reduce the amount of trash that actually goes into our landfills and our incinerators, et cetera, so we actually produce less greenhouse gases. And so that's really a really pretty neat thing that starts at 6:30 and goes until almost 8 o'clock. So just so you know, and that'll be on October 2nd. I have it right up for you.
6:30 in the morning?
Evening, PM. I can do it at 6:30 in the morning for you if you want to. I'm well aware of that one. That's not a problem. This past week, I actually had a 2 a.m. wake up call, so for stuff I was doing. So that's the way it works some days. So, and I'll leave it right there. That's all.
For Tyler too.
Go ahead, Gene.
I just want to remind everybody that there will be a public meeting, open house to anybody and everybody regarding, it'll be our first public meeting regarding our zoning code update. We do not have new code language for everyone to review, but we will have lots of information for people to come in and learn about and get a little bit more educated about the direction in which we think we're going, so that they don't just receive this kind of information just out of nowhere. So we will begin, I believe we have flyers. Do we have flyers? Did they get delivered yet? From beyond,
No,
okay,
she
so,
just gave me some information to put into the newsletter, but she
Okay.
can have flyers available.
all right,
for
we'll
this
get them.
weekend.
All right.
Um,
We'll be getting flyers and I'll just keep repeating
Do you have
this
the date?
message. So it's October 14th from 6 to 8 at the senior center. Everybody come, please. Nothing new to report on the,
Just as a point of information, I thought I read that it was October 13 was the date. But I believe it said that in the minutes, if I'm not, I could be mistaken.
yeah, you know what, I
It
will
is
have
the
to confirm.
14th,
It's on the 14th.
because
I remember
13th is a holidays, Columbus Day.
Monday is,
Right,
is
the
that,
13th,
right.
so. What minutes you were reading?
There was conversation about.
There
the
was
date.
conversation about the dates because of our board meeting being that night.
Right. So
but it is Tuesday, the 14th,
Day before.
yes,
And what time, do you know?
from 6 to 8 PM.
Thank you.
Question about the design guidelines. Is that something that comes after the zoning update, or is that something that's being worked on simultaneously?
A little bit of both, because the zoning code update will include some focus on form and character.
Okay.
And then that's part of gonna be the decision-making process. Are we gonna just fold everything in, or are we gonna have some very specific items, like maybe building height or something like that, folded into the code? So it's a regulation, and then some guidelines on how the rest should go.
Okay,
So I suspect there'll be both,
okay.
right? That's gonna be part of the whole process. It's gonna
Yeah.
really take place. A lot of heavy lifting by all of us. It's gonna take place basically throughout winter. We should
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
We'll have nothing else to do.
No, we won't.
But so that's really it. Our cottage is still, there and being improved upon. We have some steps to take there. Nothing's changed since the last meeting. Likewise with the Parks Commission. Senior Center always has a little bit of this or a little bit of that needs some PLC. So that's still true. That's all.
Well, I agree with everything. The festival was great. I couldn't believe, I mean, it was nice during the day, but that thing at night was just mobbed, I thought. There was tables from here to the road with big partiers. And they were all sitting behind them and they had a great time. They were having a great time. I was over there 3 times, I think, but man, I went over just to see, is this really worth it? When I went over at night, it was worth it. Yeah. I don't know. Some of them said they were there for the fireworks. I think they were there.
And that's okay, right?
Did you go? Yeah. Yeah, that was fine. But I mean, I talked to a couple of people that I knew that said they were there for the fireworks, but I didn't really believe.
I unfortunately had another commitment during the band time, the beginning of the fireworks. So when I was driving back, I can honestly say I could see those fireworks from Sweet Road coming into Fayetteville. It's quite proud. I'm like, those are our fireworks.
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's good. We get the other coverage. I think.
Ted, Lori, Karen,
The newsletter, I have not been able to work on as much as I hoped, so just a heads up, you actually have an opportunity still, and if there was something more you needed to include. But hopefully I will be able to get that kind of put together this week.
I forgot one of the things I was most excited about. And that is that we got approval from Onondaga County to do the Brandon Lizor mural. Which will be installed on the side of the barn of the senior center campus. And he's already starting to get to work and he was very excited. So am I. Then we'll begin to think about how we roll it out.
okay, anybody in the audience have anything? Okay, so I just have a couple of things, and that is, first, just to echo all the comments about the Fayetteville Festival and to thank Karen for all her hard work on it ahead of time. Being gone that week, as Mark indicated, was a lot of extra stress and work probably on her end to get everything pulled together and accomplished. I was not able to get there until towards the very end of the time with the people over their tables and displays, but I did get to talk to many of them, and they liked the shorter hours of being available to people because it's easier for them to get volunteers, they told me, to staff the areas and stuff at that time. I did stay through from that point, and there was quite a few people that enjoyed the rest of that Dave Novak's band and then the Maria DeSantis band that all kind of filled in with more people. The food truck seemed to do well that day, and there's always lines over there. And of course, the Boy Scouts and all the people that participated. It was good to see everybody there. Even though I wasn't there for the whole time, I did hear that there was very good attendance during the whole time. So that was nice. I saw the end attendance and that was cool. So that I had the art grant just in case you didn't remember to say that, but you don't have to say that. So tonight marks kind of a very important night for the village, a sad night for the village. Our clerk of 18 years, this will be her last meeting tonight. And so just on behalf of all the board and previous boards, department heads and staffing throughout the village and volunteers and especially the residents of the village, we just want to wish you really well for your future. We will miss you. This will be your last official meeting, but Lori's going to stay and help us a little bit here and there to get a transition going, and there will be a transition beginning soon. And so we have almost everything in place for that.
Thank you.
To happen.
Thank you.
Anything?
No, I'm not, I know I say a lot, but
Like, I'm not going to leave you.
no, I'm like, I'm not gonna leave you. No, thank you. It's really, it's been not a day of work. It's been an honor. It's gonna be very strange. It's my identity. I love this village, people here, and so you'll see me. I'll be around.
And everything's gonna be strange.
Right, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
Second.
in favor?
That's been the briefest meeting yet.
I know, thank you.